Hey guys, what up? Let's just make sure everything is okay. Yeah. How's everybody doing? We are going to be farming a whole lot today because we basically have our high budget setup kind of planned out. I don't know that this is going to be, the peak for where I want. I do not know that this is going to be the ultimate setup because we got to like 27 mil DPS, and realistically getting more than that would require a lot of investment that's just not worth it. But I think 26, 27-ish mil DPS is enough, especially when you have insane numbers like these. Where is it? Especially when your defenses look like this. 36 game phase max hits, 88 to 90% block chance, and yada yada. Though granted, this phase max hit is dependent on this block chance and evade. Well, anyways, so we're gonna be farming for that setup pretty much, and it's gonna be fucking expensive is what it's gonna be. If I had to estimate how much it is, I just finished crafting my aggressive wand yesterday, I believe. So I'm pretty happy about that one. This one costs me, I don't know how much it cost me, to be honest. It cost me like, I got the fracture in like 3 attempts. Wait a second. Were you annulling to 4 mods or YOLOing at 6? That is a good question because, that's very important to know. Very important. Another thing to note is I also want to be farming Harbingers soon. I want to be farming Harbingers because it's actually going to make the grind afterwards a whole lot more manageable, in the form of just it's going to be more manageable in the form of anyways, it's going to be more manageable in the form of, or cheaper in the form of getting the currency I want. So I'm going to be requiring a whole lot of fracturing orbs in the future, and the sooner I can get that, the better. So that's kind of the idea. I farm my own fracturing orbs. Now granted, this means I'm going to be making way less profit from the Harbingers, but it might just be a necessary evil. Besides, I think even ignoring the fracturing orbs, we should, in theory, still make a decent profit. But yeah, I really want to take advantage of this falling, especially considering the fact that I don't see that shield being quite as strong as it is this league, next league, if it's even going core. But I would assume it's going core. Like it seems like a shame of a unique to just drop after 1 season. So I would expect it to go core. It's nothing too crazy. Now if it is going to be in the core drop pool, we don't know, of course. So either way, hopefully it I want to say remains a, I want to put this here, like worst case scenario, when I'm on my deck, I rebind it again. But like I like right clicking for complication. Now if I remember correctly, where the Where's Betrayal? Oh, Starfall Crater. Well, don't mind if I do.
Only the worthy may pass. Brave this. Not many live to see this technique. Steel yourself, warrior.
We're going to dodge everything this time around.
I can truly fight at full strength against you! Brave this! Let's test your resolve.
God damn it! I always get hit by that one. I don't get hit by 2, 3, whatever. It's always that freaking one. And then that laser, I have no idea how you're supposed to do it. I got you. You're dead. You're not fighting at full strength against me. You're dead. God damn it, man. You just had to, didn't ya? Didn't ya? Anyways,
This way, Exile.
ooh. Honestly, this is probably going to be more money than this, but like this one is just, it's just price-wise, nothing competes with yellow. Like,
I need more mana.
so yellow, honestly, is probably more money now that I think about it, just because of how wide or how different the price is. Because it's wild how bad it is. Oh yeah, I can get a reservation on my chess piece, eh? The fuck are these? These are now level 20, ready to go to, or you're ready to go to level 20. So I'm gonna upgrade them because I'm trying to get it level 21, increase crit damage for personal use. Now, granted, the high budget version of this I hit the what's his face? Why do I feel slow? I still can't beat you. It almost baited me with that 3. Almost baited me.
When I'm ready, I'm not.
As you may notice, like, I have so much damage right now because of that one upgrade, so we're in a very, very good spot. The one cost me, I would say, easily over like 40 divines to craft, 30 divines. If I had to say, I bought the fractures at about 5.8, 5.9, so I'll just approximate to 6 divs a pop, so that's 18 divs for that. For everything regarding the fossils, I would say it was about 15, let's just say 30c for the fossils, and then like a quarter of a divine for the thing. So let's say every three tries at the delve craft, the fossil craft, I spent a divine, and I hit it in number 12 minus 4, so that's 24 minus 4, 20. I hit it with number 19, so that would end up being 6 divines extra from what I said, so that's 18. 6, the bases cost like 3, a divine-ish total, so 6 plus 18, 24 plus 1, 25. And then to get the attack speed, I spent like 12 divines, something like that's like 37 divines. So approximately this one cost me 40 divines to craft, approximately. So yeah, it's the price is already racking up. Let's just say that. Only reason it didn't cost me more than that is because I farmed some of the harvest myself, but I think I'm accounting for that in the cost for attack cast speed, because I feel because we're like 2 divines, then you spend 3 divines, no, not 3 divines, then you spend 2 divines on the craft itself. So 4 divines to get it in the state where you can then harvest bench craft it, and then the bench craft itself is like 2 divines, so like 6 divines it pops. Actually, no, it's 8. I would say it's 18, give or take. And if it's 18 divines plus 25, then we're looking at 43 divines, so like approximately 45 divines were spent making the wand. Just in case you're wondering, and in case you want to know what the wand looks like, it's this one. Could have easily cost more if I went for like a higher min damage or higher attack cast speed. I got lower attack cast speed initially, and I just said, you know what? No. Pretty much. So that's why it cost me so much to get the attack cast speed. Otherwise, because I think initially I got like something that wasn't even in the ballpark. Then why on earth did I not get June in that map?
Keep your eyes sharp.
What's happening with Discord? Meh. So why did I not get June?
Lesson.
Did they all have safe houses? Okay, so we've gotten to the spot where, oh god, thank god I did this. Oh, it's you guys. Y'all are still leveling up. Okay, that makes sense. I kind of thought it was early, but now it makes perfect sense. It's the ones that don't have the 20% quality, because these guys already hit 20 and they're leveling back up, while these guys, well, let's just say they didn't. So the goal for today is, you know, just farm up a whole lot of, as much currency as I possibly can. And I'm gonna, of course, do that tomorrow. And by the end of everything, I'm hoping I come out with at least 100 divines. I'm hoping I can do that in like 3 days time, but with how busy I am going to be, probably not. So by next week I should have made the currency I would need. But even next week is I think I did realistically way before next week, so
let's see how you fare in my arena. Ho, Exile. I'm here. A surprise upset.
I need more mana.
Good show. I call foul.
and there's you. Yeah, could be worse. Is there anything else I need to corrupt? I am deathly scared of this shit going back a level. Not because I need it, because I realistically don't need it to for me to stay at the level I want to be. But if it loses quality, that's bad. If it loses level, that's bad. If it gains level, that's beautiful. Do we do it? Quality again. Interesting. Nothing. Cool. That about gets everything here. Nothing went down, thankfully. What up, Circular Willis? Welcome, welcome. How you doing? Generosity is the next one. Quality again? Okay. I don't think there's any other gem I particularly care to try to do that for, so meh.
Hello.
Disenchanting. Speaking of disenchanting, I haven't played too much today. I basically spent the majority of the day planning the high budget, so we need to recoup our gold for the town. It is very necessary. How's my league? My league is going good. It's going really good. I have at this point cleared all content with the what did I forget their name? Frostbearers. So now I'm just focusing on kind of getting as much power as I can from them, and who knows, if I get enough damage, maybe I'll consider Uber bosses. After all, this is the league I actually want to spend some time Uber bossing, because I have never done an Uber boss, so it should be fun, is what I tell myself. In reality, it could also not be.
I usually like to draw this out, but audit sometimes crusading, but I had the upper hand.
How's your league going?
I'm no traitor or absolute. Your mic. Don't tell the Syndicate I told you.
I need to reduce the amount of div cards that show up. I don't want just any div card showing. So once we're done with this map, I need to remember to go into my loot filter. Frostbearer will need more defense for Uber bossing. Their life is a bit low. I honestly don't disagree. Their life is not the worst, but it's also far from the best. So we'll have to see. I know Uber bosses, period, are just a pain for minion builds in general, unless you have the amount of damage to trivialize it, and I don't know that we can get the amount of damage on Frostbearers within like a mirror of budget, you know. Because if we go for like a squire setup, then it's entirely possible. But outside of like a squire setup, if POB numbers are to be trusted at least, and that's a big if, because I want to believe they are. But on the bright side, the setup I have should have pretty good tier 17 viability, I guess. This one is very viable with tier 17s, but the bosses can feel a bit sketch sometimes. With the high budget setup, with the increased block we have and everything else, it should be a lot more manageable to deal with the boss, even with repair mods. But that's an expensive endeavor. But to be fair, when it comes to tier 17s, I can clear them if I just get good. But I also kind of just want to have my build in a spot where I don't have to think too hard to beat it, you know? That's kind of the goal. Now to get there, I'm going to spend a shit ton of money, but that's the goal. Yo, why is my... Give me a second. Okay, I am back. Now, where were we? When it comes to these guys, there's also the, I don't want to say problem, but if you were to go for Fortress Covenant, I think largely, at least if you go max block or bone offering, you solve a lot of the problems in keeping them alive. Like many of the problems, not all, but many. Now, if you pair that with is it Death Ward? Life on block, I think you're in a much better spot. And then all you need from there is just, you know, PDR, which we now path through on the tree. We have a decent chunk of leech. Max res could also help them, but like you don't want to spend too much. You don't want to spend too much on their defenses. Otherwise, you'll be hard pressed to find damage. You know. Ooh, stay away from me. It's gonna cost lots of divs. Yep. I think one of these was like natural and the other from the Scarab, so that's unfortunate. That in moments like this, I'm just like, yeah, we probably should have just. It feels bad not having the Awakening Scarab at this point. I hate seeing tier 4s die, like just wilts. To be fair, I'm sure if I went Awakening Scarab, I'd make it a ton more money too. So there's that. Maybe eventually I'll do something like that. Invest more into the build, into the strategy. It should be worth it. Like, honestly. It would give me way more juice per map. And as such, I'd be making way more per Scarab. But I'm just not entirely convinced that without crop rotation, glittering is all that worth it. And I can't imagine crop rotation or glittering works too well with... What's the name of this other one? I can't imagine crop rotation works too well with cornucopia, which practically forces you to have tier 4s. Because with crop rotations, you start off with blank shit, right? And you're not trying to get all 3 different plots. So, but if you use glittering without crop rotation, you do get a lot more just by having things not wilt. I guess it all depends on how much it is. Let me think. I'm gonna check how much it is and just eyeball if it's worth it, essentially. Because yellow juice is now expensive. It is expensive AF. So crop rotation in theory should be really good. I said I was gonna check glittering, right? Let's check that first. Awakening, rather. One divine for 4. So with the current market ratio, if I really want, so I'd have to spend 4 divines to get 5. So it's just slightly under a divine. So that means in the map, it has to provide a value of over a divine to be worth it. You know, that's rough. Let me just make sure it actually even still has the thing. I'm not gonna buy it, obviously, but it's probably something I will test at some points. Why do I keep putting glittery? Scarab of Awakening. What is it called? Yeah, it's Awakening. Now, granted, it's Horn Scarab, I guess. Oh, jeez. Kind of hot. Yeah, we have this. Oh, I think it is. I think it's worth it. Because I think with this Scarab, in many situations, with this 50% chance to spawn an additional monster, I'm assuming this is every single monster that comes out of the seed, it could spawn an additional one of them. So you could easily have a situation where you're facing double the amount of, like, you know what? It's expensive, but let's try it. We'll try for 2 maps and we'll see how much we make. We have enough Scarabs here for 1. Ah, yikes. Never mind. I need to buy the other Scarabs instead. So while I'm actually doing all of this, let's just run the last map, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to actually, let's just do it now. We need doubling even more urgently. So 2 divines will get me 23. And there's currently someone trying to get it at 24. I'm gonna do 24. Then we're going to do Cornucopia. And then we're gonna do chaoses. I feel like it's around about the same price. Divine chaos, it's all the same. How many divines do I have? I have 4. So I'm gonna leave Dublin to do its thing. I think I also need to buy betrayal scarabs of reinforcements, and I feel like these ones are cheaper off, like on regular bulk trade rather than on the currency exchange. So let me just check. We have betrayal scarabs again there. Reinforcements, chaoses. Person has to have a good chunk. This is basically 1 C per at its cheapest. So let's see. No. One to 1A. I have 200, so I'm gonna try to get 80 to 85. All right, so this one should be, I mean, roughly the same price as regular trade. The only difference is I don't know that this one would that regular trade would respond, whereas this one will respond eventually, slowly but surely. All right, so let's run the last map. We run the last map, and then we hope we buy the Dublins. Once the last map is done, we're going to sell our Scarabs. Our Scarab should net us easily like 13, 14 divines. And we're going to work from there. Use that money, buy some more Cornucopia Scarabs. And then we'll probably add like 1 or 2 Awakening Scarabs to just straight up test it to see just how much in the way of juice we drop. Though I guess one thing to note is the amount of quant we're able to pick up.
Everything dies.
Okay, so we've seen the thing at the bottom of the map, the harvest node. We have Verisium here. We're gonna stop at like 400 and something. That was probably too early. Yeah, that was way too early. It didn't even get hard yet.
My death was quick. It's no.
Are you?
If you think I'll talk, you're sore.
This character feels much slower than. Oh, I see. It's this thing. Hinder on hits with spells. Because I'm like, I know I'm not this slow. But yeah, I'm permanently hindered, pretty much.
Who's that? Exile? This is right out of bounds.
What almost killed me? What does this thing mean? 84% increased rarity. Okay, 144% quant. Okay, I was gonna say, did I not quality the map? Did like chisel it? But I did.
This way. Don't let it make a mess.
mana.
Let's try to get, bruh. My guy keeps moving exactly when I try to get them into the proximities. Like I go there, my guy jumps. I'm like, okay, I then move to the new place, he jumps. I'm like, bruh, stay still. Oh, I know what's happening here. I have the and the endurance charge modifier that stops me from regening mana, right? Yeah. I never learn. I keep picking that shit up. I didn't find yellow here. No, I didn't. Okay, I'm not bugging. Need for Steve on the ground. Lol. Is that Steve or is that someone else? Anyone know? Okay, I'm turning on this fan because yo, I can't be this hot. You're dead. I'm also lagging. I notice. I think that's part of the reason why why the game feels the way it does to me. Where's TFT, scare, bulk buy and tab? Who has the highest Scarab prices here? I see 85. I see 90. 90 is the current highest. $90 is the current highest. Okay. Oh wait, there's a 92. Okay, we'll go with 92 then. Why did my brain just shut off for a second? Okay, Scarabs, Frog, Scarab, 92. And now let's just go through to make sure nothing we're using is in here. Let's remove Harvest Scarab of Dublin. Harvest Scarab of Cornucopia. What else is there? Currently we should also have Betrayal Scarabs, removal of intelligence and of reinforcements. Then we have Sulfite, that's the last one we use. Sulfite Scarabs. Alright. We have 13 divines in here, not bad, not bad. And just for good measure, Do this. Do this. Do this. And then dump them here. So we have reinforcement, we have sulfites, we have it. I know it's also intelligence. So we don't have reinforcements. So what we need are these three. Ideally, anyways.
Then
We also need to do this. All right. Generate text. How long are you gonna take to generate an image, my guy? Ooh. So let's see if the person responds, and if they don't, then we're just going to switch to someone else. While we wait for that to happen, let's just go beat Riker up. We're gonna beat Riker up, and then hopefully before we're done, I get a message. I have at this. I think at this point, I'm just gonna take this off for now. Oh, this feels good.
when I'm ready and not before.
My head was getting quite hot. Had to take off my headphones.
Impressive, interloper. But a fly does not flee the spot.
Oh, nice. Faustus is done with one of them. I'm guessing it's, if I had to say, it's probably Betrayal. But to be fair, there is a universe where it's Dublin too, so we'll see.
You will only garner from me that.
Intervention, we always go through all the safe house rooms because it's where we get Scarabs from. I say this, but then I just realized that, you know, I already sent a quote to someone. I guess I could put these Scarabs somewhere else. Ooh, we have Leo. Is that Blight? Blight isn't Leo. Blight is Rika. Oh yeah, it's Rika. We're just going to dump them in here so we don't sully the trade. Yeah, are you responding or not? Because like, I'm gonna go to the next person. We'll just sell to someone who is selling at like 90% or something. Yeah, I'm gonna do 90% then.
Hello there.
We lose some chaoses, but ultimately it's still 13 divines. Oh my lord. Refresh this thing. Frogs, Scarab, 90%. Generate image. Let's make sure the image looks good. 13.15. Yep. All right. No, it's a matter of who first come first serve, pretty much. But damn, cornucopia is actually fucking expensive. Yep, I was right. It's these guys. What up, Fubar? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Didn't hear the hello there, but that's because I currently have my headphones off just so I don't sweat too much on my scalp. Got very hot very quick. What up, Arcane? Welcome, welcome. I'm currently trying to sell off my Scarabs and yeah, I'm basically just trying to get my Scarabs out. Once I sell them, I have my high budget setup planned. It is insane. I can pull up the POB right now, but we're looking at this is, keep in mind, this is without, what you're gonna see is without determination, right? Without armor scaling. This is what you're about to see. I want you to take a look at these numbers right here. With an armor rating of 786. Because armor is just shit for PDR. But yeah, we're able to pull out a lot of defenses and we're still able to pull out a lot of offenses. The problematic portions of this build is that it's going to require a whole lot of crafting. So things I'm going to end up needing is especially this ES pool. Like I'm going to need a lot of ES, and this is going to be the bane of my existence, because you know how I need to get this one. To get this one, I'm going to need to recombine. Yes, you heard me right. I have to use that blasted device, but I have to buy base, I have to buy Twilight Regalia, and then I have to recombine them to try to get the +1 onto the Twilight Regalia. Because if I can get the +1 onto the Twilight Regalia, then I try to fracture it, try to get it to under under 6 affixes, and then try to fracture it. And only then do if I hit the fracture, then rest is easy, like straight up. And the good thing about this is I only need to hit 2 outcomes. The first outcome is it needs to be a Twilight Regalia base, and the second outcome is max specters needs to be there. So based off of Ethan's video on how to best use the recombinator to like increase the chance of you getting what you want, I think getting +1 specter should be decent. It should be easy to do. Just need to do some mod matching and all that, and that shouldn't take too much effort. Worst case scenario, I take the Twilight Regalia, I ult spam until I get an affix I need, or I could even harvest reforge until I get an affix I need, and then or 2 affixes I need, and you know, try either way. Once we get the fracture, we can then craft the rest of this, and the rest of this is pretty straightforward. I am still contemplating, because I still have some suffixes open. There are 2 things I'm still contemplating. I could drop my Forbidden Flesh and Flame and instead go Supreme Decadence, or whatever it's called, so that I can ignore attribute requirements altogether. Now, if I ignore attribute requirements altogether, I don't need to get a drop of like strength or dex or even int for my gear, right? And then I can just tattoo everything. Now, the problem, I'm going to lose a ton of ES once I stop getting the attribute bonuses from int, but that is not an issue, because every ES node that I do not use for anti-crits, I can use for what do you call it, for percent increase energy shield tattoo. So I can still get even more. I can still get the ES I need from the int nodes regardless. So like, that's not an issue. The only thing here is Plaguebringer. I don't know for a fact that like the very small enemies, I don't know for a fact that the very small enemies will get all 5 overlaps without Plaguebringer's AoE. So I'm going to be testing to see just how big the overlap is. Or I want to see just how big the AoE is, and then I'll go from there pretty much. I think, let me see. Does Dominated have a Forged Frostbearer showcase? PoE. Like from back in Crucible, he has build guides, but he doesn't have. No, he doesn't. I'm not looking for a build, I'm just looking for the actual nah. No one has it. No one actually has this thing. Like literally nobody. Okay, we're gonna have to basically do it ourselves. I was trying to avoid this outcome because of a simple thing. The reason I was trying to avoid it is because I would need to desummon my Forged Frostbearers, and I would also need, you know what I can do, but I can't do anything about Oak doing damage. Oak is never going to do damage, but I can give them brutality. No, they don't have a red socket. Jeez. I'd have given them brutality, and then they wouldn't have done any damage whatsoever. I can't do anything about Oak. Oak is going to do damage. So what I can do is gems, GMP, replace this, then maybe do this. Take Bone Offering out, Desecrate out, Spell Echo out, and raise 1. Yeah, this one doesn't have Bone Shell. Okay, so this is the one that doesn't have Bone Shell. And just to prove it has pen right there. Alright. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to keep everything that can make it look awkward off there. Hey Zolax, what up? Or Zoe. So now we're going to try to thank you. I was already going to hover the button. I was like, okay, that might be enough footage. That might be enough footage. So let's just do this real quick. Come on. Come on. There we go. Slightly more. There we go. Let's up the quality a bit and let's go down playback speed. Sorry. All right. Monitor suspicious attack on cool. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like in my head, I'm like, this is definitely a bot. But you know, there's a universe where, and then I see the tag, I'm like, nope, it's a bot. So this is how big it is with Plaguebringer. Now let's see how big it is without Plaguebringer. Keep this to the side. So now just to confirm, Plaguebringer is off, right? Yep. Okay. I feel like that should be enough. Yeah, you. Okay, so this is after I went back in, I think. Yeah, Plaguebringer is off. I like that when you go forward 5 seconds, it's based on your speed. So like in this 5 seconds, it's going to just be like a second in reality. So we have this. And I guess I can still duplicate this and go back in my stream to when I had Plaguebringer and kind of look at the difference. Playback is 0.25. That one was too it had too many overlaps. Okay, toss. I see the difference in AoE. Kind of. Let me show you what I mean. This is with Plaguebringer. You can kind of see it's slightly bigger. Like, look at this one, slightly bigger. But I don't think. I also don't think with its base radius. Like, I don't think with its base radius, like this is definitely overlapping when you have volley in. Now, what about this one? Is this overlapping? That is the question. Will this overlap? Okay, let's do this too. Let's do this. Let's use volley. Place a GMP. And let's just see what the overlap will look like, I guess. Okay. Now that we've seen that, we can take this all the way forward. Okay. So this one, I think, hits up to here. So for the very small enemy types, there will not be overlap. However, there aren't too many bosses that are that small to where it will make a difference. And we can also see, like, in this throw, for example, it's not straight. Like, the projectiles aren't all in a line. There is an offset when they are like going downwards on their axis. It's like they don't always go straight. Like, look, these three definitely overlapping. This one might damage this thing. It's a big might. I don't know. Good, it could not. I think it does. Like, I think it does. Like, look, with this throw, I think it does still. So I want to say Plaguebringer might not be the most necessary. That being said, if I do end up removing Plaguebringer in this planner, I would still lose the reduced damage taken and the more damage. So I do lose damage. But if I replace it with, like I said, let's say I replaced it with the thing that makes it so I do not have to worry about stats, then you have minion life, right? Yes. Okay, so we can tattoo minion life, but we already plan on using the int nodes for ES. So what about the strength nodes? What is the good thing I can get from the strength nodes? You guys do not have anything minion related. You do have increased armor, but I don't care about increased armor. I could get a bunch of like fire res. That could be something I do. Reduce ignite duration. If I get 10 of that. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Fire song. It's duration, right? Yes. If I get 10 of that, it's like 10 strength nodes. Where are the strength nodes I currently have access to? No, so just 1, 2. Is it just these two? Can't be, right? Yes, it is. You know, I dropped a lot of strength. Oh. If I could get better ones, I would have. What about this and shock? Nope. There's no chance to avoid shock there. What about dex and shock? Nope. Nothing. So I guess I still have to go the Storm Shroud route. If I had enough strength nodes, like up to 10 strength nodes, I would have unironically gone 10 points into those reduced ignite duration, and then just gone fire song, and then that would save me a jewel, but not an option right now. But hey, that's actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool tech. We can get fire res so far. Stun threshold. I'm thinking about stun threshold, to be honest. Guard skill duration is also good. Oh, ooh. This isn't half bad. Why do I say it's not half bad? Because my attack block is barely capped. Like when I say barely capped, without this 2% here, I am not attack block capped. And just for context, I actually made an unlucky Saval. This is... the fuck? Oh yeah, it wasn't the live base, it was here. But why doesn't he have it? I don't remember deleting it. I probably did when I... oh yeah, I did when I deleted and unused. But yeah, I made an unlucky's valley so I can actually see my actual block chances. And like you see, it's 65, it's right on cap. So if I were to take off these two nodes, I'm no longer capped. Now this one is, of course, just there to get me to my new spell block cap. And then, you know, it's just falling being falling. So yeah, how do I navigate it? I think I just bite the bullet. I take the less reduced damage, like I take the cuts here and I try to supplement the damage somehow. I don't know how. Also, here's a fun thing that I found out according to POB. I don't know how true this is, but this is what POB tells me. And if I am to trust POB, then I have to trust this. But anyways, POB says that taking the 8 Frostbearer is actually more damage than having the Primal Crush Claw. 29 mil. I think we might end up dropping the Primal Crush Claw. I don't know how. I don't know how 20% increased cold damage taken is... I don't know how that is being outclassed by just having an extra... I mean, I kind of do. I guess it's probably more due to the fact that we already have some increased damage taken here. We have some from here. And we have some from, I guess, the Primal Crush Claw. Disconnected from YouTube? What the hell, Caster Labs? Bruh. Half the time this thing isn't showing me YouTube chats. Why is it disconnected? It don't make no sense. I probably need to get a more reliable program for showing me YouTube chat, because like I feel like Caster Labs just has issues. And it's also the source of which I broadcast to YouTube. So there is a universe where I switch it. Maybe I get high quality YouTube streams too. That would be the goal ultimately. Might have to pay for something. We'll see. I'll look at my options. Anyways, so yeah, we might end up dropping the Primal Crush Claw is what that means. Or we can just try and see if we feel an increase in DPS by having 8 Frostbearers instead. It's just kind of weird to me that is actually the case, you know? I would think like 10% would beat just having an 8. Because what? Number 8 is... How much more damage? Vector number 8, going from 7 to 8 is... 14% more damage. But so you would think, oh, this is 10% more damage if it's the only source, which it isn't. So in reality, it's like even less than 10% more damage. All right, that means if we were to make this 20 and we were to remove it down, Reach has been so much XP. I guess I go to 100 now. What level are you currently? So yeah, I think I might just do it. Might just bite the bullet and drop the Crush Claw. See how it feels. Yeah, really? That's good. Congratulations. That means you don't die. You do not die. And if I drop this 10% more damage multiplier, what do I do with it? I lose a point by having to spec into this, which would then be Supreme Decadence. I can't anoint more minion damage, so that is not an option. What can I do? What are the options that are available to me? Because then I get one free socket spot, which I would honestly prefer to give to Immutable Force. And if I give it to Immutable Force, then, you know, I don't have to worry about stuns. So I can then save on this one node right here. And if I save on that one node, I would have to put a point elsewhere, which is not an issue. That's where this point will come from. I have no problems with it. I have no problems with that. Hard to die when everything is frozen for minimum 4 seconds. I mean, you got a point. I hate to admit it, but you got a point. You got a point. Losing out on 10% more damage, as well as the AoE that could make or break the overlap for some mob sizes. Is it worth it? I gain way more. I gain a lot of defenses for it though. Like just for that one thing, I gain crit immunity. I have crit immunity. I have maybe equal or more ES. I'd have to see. Regifilers still work in this league? 100%. You can still go Regifilers. Though I do think that I want to play around with the high budget Regifiler setup. Because I think I can actually pull more damage from it this league. But yeah, 100%. It still works. What to do, what to do, what to do. You know what? You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna try it. We're gonna make a copy of this. Crit immune. And then on this version, we're going to make the changes I said, which is I always just make it with this, to be honest. Fine Timeless Jewel, Elegant Hubris, I believe. Supreme Ostentation. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. So then we pick this one up. So now we don't care about attribute requirements. And with this one, we go Storm Shroud. And then with the other, we go Immutable Force. With 961. Can I get close to it at least? Slightly more. Okay. Immutable Force. We lose out on a bunch of damage, so now we're on 26 mil. Now we're stun immune. We're basically stun immune for that. And we lost on a ton of ES. But like, in reality, we just need how many nodes for this? We need 20, right? This is 3. So I'm gonna start here. 4. To be honest, it feels so good. I think I want to put another 100 div into it. The freeze is so nice. Go with the dagger with the Val enchant and Squire, Progenesis, Blizzard Crown, and all the works. Oh, so you want to scale the build all the way? And I think that's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this now counts our tattoos. So we just need to hit 30, 20. Oh, we are definitely at this rate. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do 1, 2. We're gonna do those 2 points. Anywhere else we can save a point from? The reason I ask this is I low-key want to do this. I want to do this. That takes care of, that saves me 4 nodes to where I can get the ES for it. If I can save 1 more point. Odds are I can't. But if. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Put a point back here, put a point back here. I think so. I haven't had this strong about it, felt this strong about this elite starter yet. What do you mean? Something's missing in that sentence. This gives int, right? Yeah, 20, 30, 40. So I can basically, let me say 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So I can remove 20, 2 of them. And if I had to pick which 2, it would be you. Add this and this. Oh, you haven't felt this strong about League Starter yet? Okay, I mean, go for it. For me, this League Starter is good. Like, if I were to invest as much as I plan to with this, I will 100%. Like, I see myself being able to invest this much, and I typically don't invest too much in a League Starter. Rongokurai Turtle. You know what? We just might not become crit immune at this rate because this is wild. Like, this is 14. This is 14 is the equivalent of 70%. So what we're going to do is we're going to give ourselves 75%. So we take only 25% crit damage. Because at this rate, this ES pool is not going to go much higher. And this is already assuming we get like good, like we've already spent a ton to get T2, T1 rolls on ES and all of that on different pieces of gear. So like this is already a very expensive build. So to do all of that just to get 4,500, I mean, granted, I'm not running discipline, but like, okay. There's also, I see another problem. The other problem is my mana is now a bit too low. Now it's a bit too low. I can get mana reservation on my chest piece. That should probably be what I do. Honestly, that is probably what I should do. But the problem with getting mana reservation on my chest piece is that it makes crafting the prefixes a lot harder. Because then what I have to do is I practically have to, because it's a suffix, I settle my suffixes first. I get the reservation, I get the resistances, yada yada. Then I have to, suffixes cannot be changed. Whenever suffixes cannot be changed, I have to use an eldritch, currency to basically reroll my prefixes, you know, or suffixes cannot be changed, clear the prefixes, then eldritch exalt until I hit T1 ES, max ES, and this is already an expensive step, like I said. Whenever like eldritch exalt, I need to exalt it into an eldritch annul if it's trash. Then exalt, then eldritch annul, exalt, eldritch annul. When I hit the ES, I at this point I have two options. I either craft increased or max or flat, as the case may be, whatever I need, or I use Hinakura locks to try to hit what I need. Eldritch is so pricey, but Eldritch till max ES is fine since you craft. That's not needed. You say it's not needed, but how do I get increased ES? Like, let's say increase ES, right? Let's say hypothetically I hit max ES with Eldritch currency, and now, or flat ES, and now I want to hit increase percent. And how would I do that? Because remember, I think this is something you might be forgetting. I have a prefix already, a fractured prefix, a +1 to maximum number of specters prefix. So it is the last prefix. Why are you ending on prefixes? I'm going through the thought process of how I would craft using mana reservation on the chest piece, so mana reservation essences, because that is the way I solve this. I would use mana reservation essences to craft the chest piece. I would end up spamming loadings until I hit good suffixes, and then I have to end on prefixes if I had to do that, because you can't get mana reservation other than with essences. You have to start with essences to get that. So I'm just like that's why, like, for the prefixes I am now eldritch currency in it to get ES. Now for the first one I can block life, so that should block a decent chunk of the pool. I don't know about mana, I don't know which one blocks more, but I would end up checking Craft of Exile to see, and then I block the one that has higher weight. I mean, with this, the reason this is easy is because with the chest piece you sent me, right, it has fractured increased ES, so you can easily hit max ES with Eldritch currency. But this one will already have a fracture and it's going to be +1 maximum number of specters. 1 sec, I'll reprice. Does mana reservation have to be on chest? Yes, that is the only piece that can roll mana reservation with Essence of Loathing. Sadly. Otherwise, I'd be crafting it all the time. Every piece of gear I have, just throw a loading on there, get some more reservation, because why not? Let me just put everything back where it's supposed to be. Yeah, I think everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. King's March. Come back. Bulk 90%. Generate text. Send. Before I forget this, dump it there. And then we move. Frog, Scarab. Oh crud. I'm selling all the Harbinger Scarabs I just bought today. I forgot about them. Oh well, I'll just rebuy them. It is what it is. I'm expecting 13 div and 46C. Wait a second. One stack of chaos, too many. So just heads up. It says 46C. Yeah. I don't know what happened. Oh, I didn't give him this one? Okay. It'll just be in the next batch. I'm gonna start with that corner so I don't forget it. Thank you. All right. I don't know how the price went down, but the price went down. I didn't know you could spawn unique bosses from channeling Verisium. Oh, there was a unique boss. How did that go? I feel like you probably died. But then again, you have perma free, so probably not. I know once you get like to 100%, like that last 10%, though, it is spicy. I'm gonna say that. He was chilling. Of course he was. Of course he was. Cornucopia. Cornucopia is being exchanged for 4 to 1, give or take. So if I wanted to buy 20, I'd have to pay 5 divine. So we're gonna do 20. The fuck? Why the fuck would it try to put me at that? Yeah, I might just do this. A full stack for 5 divines, I get more than that typically, so. Okay, we now have this ready to go. And with the extra 4, with the extra 4, I should have a free stack essentially. Yep, free stack. But yeah, where were we? We're 75% crit immune. I'm not gonna bother trying to get that. What we're going to do for the rest of it is just Inekora Warrior. Because again, we're losing a bunch of intelligence, so we need to be able to, we need to make sure it's worth it. Now, of course, 75% crit immunity is nothing to sneeze at, or, you know, reduce damage from crit is nothing to sneeze at. A lot. And the good thing is, for every 2 nodes we get of max ES, it represents the amount of ES we would get from 3 intelligence nodes. It's not going to be equivalent ES by the time we're done. Like, this is nowhere near the amount of ES we had before. We had 6,000. This is like 800 life we're giving up. But the return for that 800 life is crit immunity. That is ultimately the return. And what do I think about that? Not crit immunity. We don't have to be afraid of crit. Essentially, we don't have to worry about crits. Crits are fine because we only take 25% increase extra damage. So if a hit was 100 damage, and they crit with like a 400% crit multi, that would make them do 100% crit multi takes their damage from, what is PoE's default? I think it's 1.5 for crit multi, right? Let me just confirm. PoE wiki. Critical strike. Crit multi hits to deal extra damage. Take this modifiers multiplier to reduce the critical strike multiplier exceeding the baseline damage 100%. Similar numerical modifiers. The default crit multiplier for monsters is 1. Okay, so their default is 130%. So when they have 400% extra, so the extra damage is 30%. And then when you see they have 400% crit multi, which is insane by the way, but I think it's a modifier on I want to say T17s, or maybe my mind is just ballooning the figure. But anyways, 400% increased crit multi, which would put it at 430. And if I'm taking 75% of that increased damage, then, you know, it then becomes 430, which is the bonus damage, times 0.25. or 4.3 times 0.25. Oh my god, 4.3 times 0.25. 1. So I basically would take what is this? 7.5% X. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. Give me 107. So it would still have 100% increased damage from its base, but compared to where it was at, which is 530%, 207 is less than half the damage. Is that new D-forces in today? It feels weird. Yep, and I'm very aware. I wanted to stream Diablo today, and I would have, but because I figured out, I basically just planned out everything I wanted. So I actually wanted to get a head start on like my farming for the gear from my high budget, because I want to get it out of the way ASAP. That said, I will probably stream Diablo tomorrow. There is a very good chance of that, and I will probably be starting my league journey off stream, or it could be on stream. I don't know yet. What's the main gear you need for the high budget swap? There is no one piece of main gear, but what I started with personally is the one, because the one adds a good chunk of damage. The reason I say there's no one gear is you need everything, because it is CI, so you need to replace everything from life gear to ES gear, from your cluster jewels to your, you know, it's everything. You need to replace. When it comes to your armor, you need to just go straight up into ES. But you can always start with your wand. My wand cost me about slightly under 45 divines to craft, so that's that's a good place to sink your currency before you get. And once you're done with that, you can look at the other portions. Plus, this high budget is not completely ready yet, so I'm still working on it. But it's getting to the state where I'm happy with, and I want to work towards it pretty much. So if I were to do this way, oh wait, I just realized there's a point here. Lol, that's so true. I looked at one crafting and made a square swap instead. So I crafted. It's not perfect, but I like how it's going. Okay. I'm glad you like how it's going. I like how it's going to this version. There are two versions I currently have, pretty much. This has 75%, I guess, reduced damage from crits, which eventually just means you can do crit maps, but you probably don't want to do crit maps simply because your minions will probably eat shit for it. But if you were to eat a critical strike, you should survive. Speaking of our bone offering, how much block is it giving our Frostbearers? We're sitting at 48, 47. There is also the universe where we go, like I said, Fortress Covenants to make them tankier. What is the problem with going Fortress Covenants? It is we have to free up a socket somewhere. And as you can see, we have so many, we don't have a single rare jewel in there. So it is not going to be easy. In theory, we can get mana reservation on our chess piece. In theory, we can get mana reservation on our chess piece with essence crafting and drop charisma. And if we drop charisma, we can then anoint, is it you? No, it's not you. It is you. Yes, we can anoint this. This one gives us a bunch of AD block while holding a shield and just increases mag block chance, which will increase our EHP. And why this is also good. Wait, what am I saying? If I drop charisma is 16% mana reservation. Chess piece reservation is just 10%. Unless I drop an aura, there's no universe where that's enough. Okay, scratch that. I would still need to drop an aura for it. Or I guess I could do something like this. Or where's your reservation? Nah, this is still better. Yeah, that's still better. This one would give me another intelligence node though. But if I were to do this, this gives me 8%. And the chess piece can get like, I think 10%. So that would replace charisma and probably still leave enough of a mana room to where I can still cast my offering. Yeah, I can do that. And then I'll be able to anoint this one that increases AD block chance. Then if I'm able to increase AD block chance by that much, I can probably drop this one entirely. And that would free up this socket. And with this socket free, I could put in the Fortress Covenant, which would help my minions stay alive. Or I guess what I could also do is I could also, instead of doing that, I could just go straight for this one. So instead of like trying to fit a Fortress Covenant, and instead of anointing this one, which would give me slightly more defenses, I just should have just anoint this one and keep my current setup. That way they just gain 18% chance to block either one, and of course with 18% chance to block, they would be sitting at 56, 66%, 66, 65% block chances, and they would be recovering 2 health when they do 2% of their life, on top of the leech they're getting from here, and of course they of course have PDR and stuff. So you know something else I'm also thinking with this medium cluster, not medium, large cluster. Where's the second large cluster? I think it's this one. 8 passives, yes, this one. I want to put, there's only renewal as a defensive option for minions here. Never mind. I was gonna put renewal and then something else, but there's no point. There's really no point. I guess it all depends. In T17s, what is likely to kill my minions? I have, since the last time I did T17s and my minions died, I since picked up life, and PDR, and then just straight up PDR because PDR is big. This gives them 22% PDR. I would like to give them more PDR because they still have 3 endurance charges, so that's still 12. So that takes them up to 34% PDR. That's good, but I am no longer running determination, so by default their physical defense has gone down, especially for minions that typically have like decent armor. Oh yeah, we have Indomitable Army though. Indomitable Army is another 15. So this puts it as 15, 12, that's 27, and 8. That's 35 like it says there. So they have 35% PDR, and then they have armor for the rest of it. With 28k armor, then they aren't defending too much from it, I'm gonna be honest. But let's say they took a hit of 10k. 10k phase hit to the face right now. they would block off 35% just based on their PDR, which would leave them with I close my calculator, eh? 10k. You know what? I can actually just simulate this. Let's do 10k. Do I survive the hit? Yes, I do. I survived the hit quite quite well. That's good. I can survive a 10k hit. You know what I should do? Let's do Uber. I know this is a metric some people use. Uber Shaper Slam. I can survive 3 Uber Shaper Slams without dying? Wait, it cannot be suppressed or blocked. So I can eat 3 of them. But this is if my block skill, my guard skill is up. What if it isn't? Do I still survive it? I think I do. Yes, I do. I ate 2 of them. What if I do not have any crab barriers? I have just the 1. I still survive it. I am tanky. I am fucking tanky, yo. All right. I'm satisfied with that. So that's 3 hits before death. What about my specters? 16 before death. It's 10k. What does your armor look like? 71%. So your armor reduces it by 36%. I think that's fine. Worked in a Dread March. Yeah, I don't know that I have the points to be able to work in a Dread March is the only thing. Like everything right now is so point starved. Like I have a point here I can maybe work with, which would reduce DPS, but like it's fine. Where did all my DPS go? What did I do? I don't know what I did. The fuck did I do? I don't, right? You know what it might be? It might be something here. I don't know where my DPS went. I've probably switched something that I should not have. This is still filled in. This is still filled in. This is this. What the hell? What changed? Oh yeah, I know why. Uber boss. This is Uber DPS, 8 mil. That's what changed. Alright. That's not average. That's not. Okay. Like 5%-ish DPS gain. Oh yeah, we're not doing dots, so they do actually benefit from the more damage multiplier, which is chance to deal double damage, eh? They do. So renewal is not lost. But what I would have to give up for renewal would be 35% increase effect for attack cast speed, which is not ideal, but at the same time an 8 passive socket doesn't need to have that. If I went to renewal, I would need to use something to push it down. So a vicious bite. This is the problem. I do vicious bites. 26 mil down to 25 mil. If I have renewal, ain't no way renewal pushes or vicious. No way, no fucking way. Okay, not vicious bite. Primordial bond. Renewal, what is the color of your problem, man? Call to the slaughter. There is no way call to the slaughter doesn't push you down. No. Am I a joke to you? So you're telling me if I ever needed to get my Vicious Bite down here, I just need to slap on a renewal and bada bing bada bang, it's down there. Oh wait, you know what I could do? Nah. I can't get 3 passives because then it's ES that suffers and I don't want ES to suffer. So yeah, I don't think this is necessarily gonna work. That said, this can still be minion AS, so we don't lose all that damage. We're still at 26.3 mil. But we feel that getting renewal down here. I'm guessing only prefixes can push renewal down. And I don't want to have a prefix beside renewal because of obvious reasons. Because of obvious reasons. So with this variant, with this highly crit immune variant, with this highly crit immune variant, we have no need for attributes in our gear. So all we need for all of this is literally resistances. Now with the extra room we can now get with resistances, speaking of which, why is our int this high? We get 40 here because we need to get 40 there. Where else am I getting int from? Intelligence. I'm not getting it from anywhere. Well, I guess I am getting it from here. My old gear never had intelligence because my tree just had a lot of intelligence. I can just check here. And it's probably just nodes like I have no control over, like deep thoughts. I have no control. Deep wisdom, arcane focus, no control over those places. Wait, what is arcane focus? Where is arcane focus? Is it you? No, you. Okay, you are. Okay. So yeah, and like this ones need to be here for unending hunger. It's non-negotiable. You know? It's pretty much non-negotiable. Because without that, we lose the Soul Eater effect. But yeah, we don't need to worry about strength or dex, and we do already sacrifice a lot for that. So what we can do instead is, like, in places where we see strength and dex, we can get more damage there. For example, we can get minion cast speed. We can get increased damage when you haven't used a minion skill recently. We can get all of... What the hell is this doing here? This is a problem. Why do you have life, my friend? Where is it? Come on. Show yourself. Bruh, did you really switch last minute? Which one of you is the culprit? It's you, right? No, it's you. I gotta really switch last second. Energy shield. So whereas we are with in theory infinite budget, we can still get to 5k ES, be almost crit immune. What else does this version have? It has more damage because, like I said, we can replace all the decks on this gear with, you know, increased damage when you use minion skill recently. With minion cast speed, you have all these options to replace that suffix with, so you can still replace the suffix with damage. So damage is not too much of a worry in terms of this version. But what we don't get is we do not get extra ES from this variant. I don't think we can get crits, anti-crits on our gear, can we? I'm not sure of any ways to, except like getting a brass dome, and of course we don't get a brass dome with this build. We do not. In theory, there's also this. If I use 3 points to counter and save 4 int nodes, The 4 int nodes will give me 12% in maximum ES. But by getting these 2 points here, I already get that 12%. So unless I'm saving the points from elsewhere, it doesn't matter if I save 4 gems by getting crit immunity here, like 20% extra here. It doesn't matter because, wait, I'm getting, it does come with 15% max ES. So it's 15% max ES, and then it saves 20, which would then be 12. So it's 12 on top of 15%. So that's 27% total for the price of 3 points. So like around 5,400. The thing is, this is gonna cost us some damage at like 26. It costs us like 800, 900k. Oh, that's nasty. Okay, I can do 1, 2, and 3. I guess that's something I can do. And then I can then do this crits. And we're kind of even because with this 12%, honestly, just picking up these 2 is more ES, and it also helps in my early res. This is just worth it. The armor is negligible because we're not stacking armor, so like we don't care about the armor, but ES is good. So now we are basically 95% crit immune, so we don't take any extra. We only take 5% of the extra damage from crits. Or we can do this. We can go back to 75%. Oh wait, you know what I just remembered? You know what I just remembered? The light of meaning is a thing. If I can get you with ES, and I put you like, for example, what's a good area that, or a good area with gem sockets that I just picked a lot of things around? Not you, not like you are probably the best, to be honest. Or you. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8. While you are. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, this is probably the best. This would then give me 8 points. So it's 8 times 3, which would be 24% increased ES for free. By just slapping it in here. 24%. So if I were to do this and I put the light of meaning there, please work. Okay, so we're back up to almost 6k. But now we've lost immutable force. And we've lost crit immunity. So we either find somewhere else to put immutable force, or we have to spec the crits, the stun threshold node here. And personally, I'm a bigger fan of stun immunity overall, like just period, just, you know. Now granted, with all my sources of damage reduction, when a hit does get through all my defense, like when a hit gets through all my block, I shouldn't have to worry about getting stunned because we have so much damage reduction that it actually just, you know, sort of nullifies it or reduces the damage to where I shouldn't get stunned even with this 50%. But yeah, I think I prefer having immutable force. It's a small price to pay for for literal stun immunity. Like there's nothing they can do to stun me. Small price to pay. But that was 24%. And if we replace 4 of these with 3%, that would give us 12%. Yeah, 12%. Yes. 12% increase, yes. Puts us at, I'm guessing if that puts us at 5,800, it should put us as half of that. So the difference is like 400, 500 actually. So like 250. So like we're looking at 56, 50, 55, 5600 ES if we switch back to being 25% crit immune and keep taking the ES. Because there's something about, if I were to go for more ES, then just period, I can take more damage. It doesn't have to be crit, but I can take less damage when it comes to crits. You know? No, not you. You. If I were to do one, and honestly, I don't have to go all the way. Like now we're at 90%. I can literally stop at 85%. Like I can do that. I don't have to just go all or nothing. I can do this. We're at 5,500. I think this is okay to a degree. Versus this non-crit immune version, which has 6k life. Now, granted, this one still has some inefficiencies we found out, like that one right there. It has Storm Shroud here. It has Forbidden Flesh and Flame, which you can remove, or which we removed in the other one. But this one is at 29 mil DPS. And this one would eat 100% of the crit damage, which could easily get us killed depending on the hit. Because like if we take, let's say, a Shaper Slam, we can eat 3 of them. But if he crits and he has crit multi or something, then we're dead. Or he, I want to see something. Maps that roll crit multi. I feel like I want to roll a Year 17 map to see just how high the crits roll can be. Reduce extra damage from crits. Oh yeah, one thing we did between the medium version and the high version is we just gave up on crits. I tried scaling crits with the Frostbearers. I just said no, it's not worth it. Like it's genuinely just not worth it unless you're going like gloves that increase your base crit and you're using like stuff like that, but I don't want to use them on gloves. That sounds painful. That actually is not like something I want to do. I'm gonna look for crits. Crits. You have crits already, but it's reduced damage from crits. Wait a second. Whoa. How did I just do this? Crits, yeah. Reduced. There we go. It isn't. So this is the thing I had reversed. I don't need to reroll again. I thought the crit multi was an insane number, but just 43%. So that means they have an innate 130% plus this 43%. Once I slap on my effect, I'm looking at probably 60%. So we're looking at, let's say, 70. So 200%. So they basically do double damage with crits. Basically, double damage. If I were to take 25% of that extra damage, that means they're only doing 125% extra damage versus doing 200% damage every single time. I don't mind that. Yeah, I think I could actually work with that, to be honest. Or with our current version in there, we have 85%, so they would only be doing 15% extra damage. So they'd be doing even less crits with this extra crit multi than if they did not. I guess not less because it's multiplicative. So unless I have 100%, even if they just have the 130% increase, it's still going to be like 1 or 2% increased damage or something, but there's still like some increased damage. But it's negligible increased damage when it doesn't have this crit. And T17s, they still have this, but like it's probably going to be a bit more juiced. So we're probably looking at 200. Didn't they say they had like T16 multipliers or affixes, which means even T17 should be able to roll 43% in theory. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually identify all of these, and I'm going to hope one of them, bruh. All of these have crits. Yeah, look, it's 41. So it doesn't get like so much worse or anything like that. It gets up to 45%, but that's it. So it's not like an insane crit multiplier, but yeah, they do crit a lot more because of the increased crit chance. So there's that. And again, your minions are not immune to crits, so you probably still don't want to run that. So yeah, If I dropped this entirely, is there a substitute I can get? I don't think so. Because this gives flat ES. I can probably, with 1, 2, 3, 4, I can fill out this with 2 points. I can maybe I can fill out this one 3. This one is 4, but I don't see myself ending up with more. I could just do it to see. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's less. That one gives flat ES. It's very hard to compete with flat ES, especially when you have this high of an increased percent from the tree. You know. Like this 20 is counting as what? Almost 50 max to to max ES. And then everything else is just, of course, still more effective. Honestly, this is fine. I still kind of want to incorporate Death Ward with an Anoint, because I can't path all the way here unless I were to drop this, and I don't want to drop this because this is a big chunk of their current PDR. But I can't get rid of Charisma either. I kind of just have to get rid of Charisma, put this Craft Reservation, take these 2 points, sacrifice points from somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. Take these 2 points. I mean, I could do one of these. And then where else could I take a point from? Can't take a point out of anywhere else, really. Every point is important. There is no point to spare. Maybe this one, I guess, but like this one was the one I counted the first time. So like, unless it's a mastery, I can't lose Convocation, I can't lose Leech, I cannot lose AoE, I cannot lose Offering Effect, I can't lose the less physical damage taken, I cannot lose anything. Why am I still looking at this? Is this still... Why is it so calculating a 10k phase hit? Oh, because it's still written here. So let's see, Uber... Was that... There's no... Okay. This makes more sense, I think. Everything looks good, right? Yeah, this makes more sense. I can eat 1 Uber Shaper Slam, not 3. Because I was like, there is no way it's 3. 3 was insane. 3 was actually wild. And that's if I have this. If I do not have Steel Skin, I don't survive. Without Steel Skin up, I don't survive. Didn't I have like a free spot? I think I have a free... Yeah, I do. What I could do is I could put Haste and Enlighten on my shield. Put Convocation where Haste is. That saves a point. Put Shield Charge alongside it. Or leave Shield Charge in the... You know what I need to do is this. I would then need to... Basically, if I put, let's say, these... Haste Enlighten and then Shield Charge Convocation. Haste Enlighten went in here. And then only Convocation came out. Let me try to visualize what I'm saying. Haste and Lightning go there. Convocation moves to Boots. So these two then go into Gloves, where those ones are coming from. And then Convocation, this now has more duration. And then I then add Convocation. Put it in my Boots and slap it there. And I have used my last. Okay, I like this. I like this one. Because what happens now is I now have higher uptime on my steel skin. It's not too great, but it's good. But if I now switch to steel skin, you would see it is up for, it has 51% uptime. Its cooldown is 3 seconds. And it's up for 3 seconds. Versus if I turn this one off, where its uptime will be 42%. And of course, we can still do this. Where you at? Still below. There we go. I can still do that. And that would give me a 53. It's just min-maxing the uptime to try to get it as much up, as high. I don't know. My words are failing me. We're trying to keep its uptime. We're trying to keep it up as much as possible, pretty much. I like this version. I really do. I think this is the version to go for. I think we lose damage though. We lose damage, but it's nothing too crazy. Like we lost 3 mil DPS by foregoing this one. But in its place, we got crit immunity or pseudo crit immunity. We got stun immunity, which frees up like which frees up suffixes again, like here. So wherever you see like this one has strength X, we can put damage there. When you see chance to get stunned, like I think it's here, we can put damage there. We can then replace all these things with damage to compensate. So let's just do that real quick, honestly, instead of just not. So chance to be shocked is still important, so we leave that. Oh wait, there's strength dex there. My brain did not want to brain for a second. All right. Minion cast speed is probably more damage than anything. So at 26.5.4. Jesus Christ! Okay, wait. Let me not overreact. I think that one in particular was in multiple different areas. I think that's what happened. So it didn't switch in just the one spot. It switched in multiple. So it's not like it is as crazy as that made it seem. Minions deal increased damage if you do yada yada. I just want to see if this would... Bruh. Kirby is really slow right now. Then we'll just go here. Have you used a minion skill recently? Yes. We get 800k. Alright. Now let's edit the same one. And let's just put cast speed. Same thing, full. 20.6. So the other one should be more DPS, honestly. But this is easier to craft or land on, most likely, I think. Well, let's just do it. Let's do the other one. Because this doesn't really require minions, they'll increase damage, and for the second suffix, we just give them minion leech. Because minion leech is also good. It's also pretty good. So instead of chance to avoid being stunned because we have stun immunity, and just like that, we've kind of made up the damage we lost. Save a million. Like we're still down like 1,000,000 DPS, but considering everything we gained to this point, I think it's worth it. So yeah, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. When no crab barriers, our phase max is still 20k, so you know that's good. Just making sure there's nothing else that should not be ticked or be ticked. So now this no longer matters, and this no longer matters. And yes, we've so it's 11,000,000. It's less. Number of times you've been hit recently. Keep in mind there's still this. I can take this up if I in a mapping scenario you have this phase max it, but I took it down just because in a bossing environment you're not gonna have that. Actually, yeah, you're not gonna have that. You're not. How many? I guess what I want to know is. What I want to know is Exarch balls. How many can I eat? I can eat 3 before dying. Because, and at this point we're not leeching, so I can eat 3 without dying. Now, if I were to take this and I had to go Uber, I don't live, right? Does it do the exact same damage? Exarch balls just do the exact same amount of damage, Uber or not? I thought he had pen or something. I guess not all pinnacles have pen. Alright. I don't like 0 showing there because then you think it's 0, meanwhile it's the maximum, so let's just have that blank. Yeah, this is fine. How about this? What if I went to 35? But then I gave you all frenzy charges. So in theory, if a Carnage Chieftain should be an increase in DPS. Or is POB... I have a strong feeling POB is overvaluing attack cast speed for these guys. I could be wrong on this. And maybe I'm just undervaluing myself. Maybe I'm just undervaluing myself. Because I'm like, I think they attack fast enough already. Right now, with this POB, they're attacking almost 5 times a second each minion. Without the frenzy charges, that goes down to 4.74. So a frenzy monkey is worth it. But a crush claw is not. Because if I were to do this... Yeah, Crush Claw is not, but Frenzy Monkey is. That's interesting. I would never have guessed. Okay. Okay. Oh god damn, this one has 71 to monster crits. Didn't the other one have 40 something? I guess this one says deadliness, and this one says deadliness T1. So you might still have to worry about 70-something% crit multi, as well as almost 700% increased crit chance, which is insane. Fastest fulfilled something. Oh, nice. You know, I forgot this was even there. So in all the time we've been prepping, we now have all the Scarabs we need. I mean, that wasn't bad. So yeah, I'm thinking we probably just do this. We replace it with a Carnage Chieftain. I'm sure in the medium budget it's going to be the exact same thing. We are in 16 mil. Slap this on. Take this down. 17 mil. Yeah. I guess I should add the notes. If this is the case, just Carnage Chieftain is just better. Because these are permanent minions, so Carnage Chieftain should have Carnage Chieftain should have perma uptime for them. So before I forget to do it, let's resummon the minions. No Crush Claw this time. And then we're going to do something. Going to do this. All right. The reason I did that is I don't want to risk if I over summon. If I over summon, I don't want to risk him being overwritten. So I'm just playing it safe pretty much. I don't want to lose my, he cost me like over 100 C. I have no intention of losing him. Then from this point on, we just need to go to Ashen Field, pick up a Carnage Chieftain, and test it out. Oh no, y'all are freezing them. I could go anti-crits to make sure they don't freeze them. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you. I think it was Oak that did it. I know the beauty of this is when I decide to shield charge, we're going to do this. I'm gonna put the Carnage Chieftain with Oak pretty much. So this is chance to taunt on hit. Okay, cool. Frostbearer. Warlord, we switch and we just do the second gem. Carnage Chieftain, we switch second gem. Then we remove the second gem for good measure, just so we don't make any accidents. And then we resummon everything else. Seven 2 seems about right. Desecrate. All right, so this seems about right. Hopefully we don't have a situation where what's his face? The Carnage Chieftain dies, but the Carnage Chieftain is not one to die. Like he's not the most aggressive spectre out there. He's not like a Pale Seraphim that's gonna just jump right in and not give a fuck about anything, you know. Johan, is my town still running? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Then, all right. What are we gonna do? Cornucopia, Dublin, intelligence. Okay. I said I was gonna buy an awakening Scarab. I'm gonna buy 1 for 1. And we're going to replace this where is sulfides? We're going to see just how much we get from... Oh my god, I almost picked the wrong thing. I have to pick imbued harvest. So we're going to see just how well this performs. Is this really worth the divine? With our current mapping strats? Well, we're about to find out. Because this is something I've been curious about, like, basically all weekend. We want to switch back to this. Are we back in gamer position? I think we are for the most part. All right, let's go. Steel charges is gonna be a rough map to
When I'm ready and not
I'm trying to stay close to my minions. Okay, good. So in a long elongated fight.
Your methods are brutal. I'm no traitor. I'm no absolute. You're my kind of murderer. I knew we could see eye to eye.
In a long elongated fight, they will get to 3 frenzy charges.
Logistics is boring.
Watch Kate.
Kill me yet again. I'll return stronger. Thus,
Go on.
the weak deserve. I've seen your strength. I've nothing to hide. Only strength matters.
One of these days, I'm just going to sit down in my hideout and open all the three essence divination cards I have, because I have a ton. Oh, well.
Interrogation was not pleasant.
Oh, Vegas.
Be a friend. Don't lock me up again.
So yeah, they do have charges.
Death is an
Oh, not prick. Just
Was that really necessary? Exile, you're taking.
Yeah. I'm taking it to. Because one thing to also note about frenzy charges is, on top of having, oh wait, that's true. You know what it is? Frenzy charges also have more damage multiplier on top of the cast speed buff they're getting. So like, I just gave them 12% more damage, which is what we lost from pretty much the dropping Plaguebringer. Where did we see this thing again? I think it was here. Yeah, it was.
This way, Exile.
We need not the fruit.
We don't care about this one. So we're supposed to make a divine more on this map because we went awakening Scarab. Now I suspect that, you know what, just because of the Scarab, I typically don't run fields like that, but I'm gonna run it. Gotta get my money's worth. Woohoo! So this is already this is a field that we would not have gotten, but then the question is, are we actually going to get like 2 tier 4s or a lot of tier 4s from this? That is the ultimate question. Signs point to no. But I do think there are more monsters here than anything. And this is in a place where we did not get too much rarity and whatnot. And again, this is not an 8 mod map. I can easily run 8 mod maps. I'm actually just running normal maps because my the person I typically buy from was offline when I was looking. That's the TLDR.
Not before.
So this is probably something I should have done on an 8 mod map, to be fair. Look at how taunted they are. Like these, like, I'm not even being targeted by abilities anymore because of the ape and Mr. Oak over here. Squat. Out of the tier 4 fields I've opened so far, I don't think I've seen a net uptick in like how much juice I'm getting from them. Now from the ones that have just the rare monsters, I am seeing like an increase. So there's something interesting to like note about that. This one died, unfortunate. Well, I'm going to stand here. And I think that's it, right? Okay, how much juice do I have? Definitely not one divine more, I'll tell you that much. I'm thinking that Scarab is probably priced around tier 17s. Most likely. So yeah, it's just not profitable. But now we know. Speaking of which, still not online, huh?
Thanks to your...
But we do have a Katarina fight to fight, so let's do that. In case anyone is wondering what my Katarina log looks like, I'm currently at what we just saw here, which is 31 kills and 12 orbs, so slightly above drop rates if it's a 1 in 3.
True and resourceful. Witness. Mortal.
Give in, Joe.
both slain your pet. There's nothing that makes you feel so alive. Though they put up more of a fight the second. Now come to me, John.
No more
Let us
games,
see what
Katarina.
your soul is.
I'm going to kill you.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Okay. So basically, what is my plan for upgrading? What I'm going to do right now is I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to focus on farming, and more importantly, I'm going to just try to make maybe 50 divines before I worry about anything. So we have a new set of Harbinger Scarabs. We have a new set of Harvest Scarabs. So we're going to finish those Scarabs. Then we're going to actually give Harbingers a fair shot. I don't like that I don't see the buffs. That's one thing. Oh, does it now? You know what happened there? I think this is something I used to suffer from and I didn't realize it. She didn't phase there, I assume, because she was taunted by my melee minions. So she didn't do what she was supposed to do.
Submit. Let our souls become entwined.
We must persevere. Too much.
Without you, Giannis, the Syndicate would never have formed, and for that I must thank you. But you will not be missed. To me.
Nope.
Your hopeless cause will destroy you.
My cause fuels me.
It was a mistake to bring you into the fold. One that can be fixed with ease. I need more mana. You can still join us. It's your chance to bring back anyone you've ever loved or cared about.
Shut up.
Yo, that's 2 for 2. So that's been 2 veiled orbs in a row. Yo, Katarina, you're treating me good. Can't complain. Can't complain. Gem levels. I don't really care about gem levels right now. What I could do, you know what I could do? Because the new version has a woke. The new version has a woke control destruction. I'm gonna just pick up an awakened control destruction at level 1. And why is it showing him? Are you really not gonna invite me? You posted it here. Don't scare me like that. The person posted it 15 minutes ago. I'm like, there's no way you posted this shit 15 minutes ago and you're not gonna reply. Like, there's no way. Speaking of which, thank you. This shit still doesn't kick me. Slash kick. Set laconic. How about this? What if this is lowercase s? Maybe that's it. Game was taking a million years to respond.
When I'm ready and not before.
And one more thing about the setup that I really like is just how much more attack cast speed I'm gonna get, which means my shield charge should feel better. But not only that, because I'm also picking up, you know, haste and whatnot. So I'm going to have just more movement speed overall on top of that. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna feel really good to use that high budget version. So I am looking forward to it. I am looking forward to it. Let me just make sure. Okay, you're still working. By the way, for anyone wondering why I have this tab is simply so I can keep raring so I can disenchant them. Pretty much. That way I can keep a stable supply of dusts. That said, it's this wide because I haven't gone in them minute and I haven't been farming too much gold today. So now that I'm actually just focusing on farming, I'm gonna get a bunch of gold and then I'm just going to chuck it all in. I have a new philosophy with the town that I think is more conducive for me, and that is to treat the bottom like empty as having a day left. So I try to have a day left before I go to bed and yada yada, and I try to keep it at that 1 day mark. That way, if I'm not able to log in, I can in theory is not logging for a whole day and it's still doing its thing, you know. And of course, it's actually going to be longer than a day because typically when it's a day, it's when like my sailors are out, my disenchanters are doing everything, and it says a day, which means in like 5 hours or something, everybody's going to be done, and the only people that are going to still be working are the farmers, which is kind of what I want. This is nothing good. It's not intervention, so no point. Sulfites, Scarabs. But yeah, for my upgrade path, what do I think I'm going to upgrade first? I think equipping a Svalin is going to be one of my first things. But honestly, I might just get everything else first before I really spec into anything. Simply because, like, if I were to equip a Svalin right now, I think my res suffers. And that includes, like, Chaos res and yada yada. And because I'm not CI, I still have to worry about Chaos res. And it's just gonna be rough, especially considering, like, I'm overcapped in res. So, you know, not bad, but not by too much either.
Let me act as... Let us see what the light reveals. In a quarter. I am sorry.
Go on.
You honor the way. I must confess, a wise choice indeed.
So we found the hideouts, not hideouts, whatchamacallit. Ooh, I will take all that gold. Thank you very much. Yo, we haven't found many altars.
Another malcontent with a death. So be it.
Too easy, assassin.
Killing me will bring. So be it. But if word of.
Really, bruh? So we didn't find any quant altars. Sad.
This way.
Um,
And because you don't have the Scarab, you're gonna die.
Just the juice.
Yo, having 50% chance for it to no wither is insane. But yeah, we were with how far we were from. I feel like that skill does chaos damage, or am I wrong? I don't know where you think you're going. So that's the most elusive T4 Harvest Beast.
I need more mana. When I'm ready, and not before.
Dead. The biggest problem I see with frenzy charges is he doesn't cast it unless there is like an enemy. So they've already taunted. That's like the biggest downside. He's not casting it now, so he's going to fall off. Then he's gonna cast it while it's down. And so long as they are fighting, like it's gonna come back up. You know. Whereas with the warlord, he's just always screaming. He's like, I don't need enemies. I'm my own worst enemy. Yeah. I don't need you. I should hide that thing. And speaking of things, let's go to King's March. We're going to dump our gold and we're probably going to end stream soon. We have 13 hours, so we have a lot more farming we need to get done. Come on. Like, bro, really? Really? Whatever. Either way, I think actually no, I think Cowgirl was a small shipment, so it doesn't matter too much. You'll have pumpkins, you'll have corn. Who is short and needs something I can provide? You need wheat. So we're gonna send all the corn we can, which is a lot because we haven't sent food in a while. All the blue xanthemum we have. We're gonna send wheat here, so just anything that is not wheat. We could send pumpkins here later on tonight, I guess. So maybe we'll leave the pumpkins alone. Leave the wheat, leave the pumpkins. Send the orichalcum. How much orichalcum is needed? 86k. So what's 15k is what? 15 times 5 is 75, so a bit over 15k. So like 16k? No. 17,200 is how much I need to do. 17,200. And then we just need a bit over 8,000. Oh wait, 8,000 is fine. 3 bill is fine. All right, so we're gonna send this. This will probably give us a divine back.
Sailor's luck, I hope.
And then we're gonna send all the wheat we can here. All of it. That's pretty much it. So 50k. I'm gonna send 100k here. Because I mean, why not? There's really nothing else I'm shipping here that makes a lot of sense, except it's ore or something.
They're on their way.
I should also spend some gold upgrading my city, to be honest. Like I still have a lot of gold expenses here. I think I still have like 3 levels here. I need to focus on upgrading this because my upgrades are going to need this. So this is going to be my next upgrade. I need to get this up and running. I need this to be maxed. So we need to just start churning out dust. So before we end stream, we also need to fill up this guy.
For us to disenchant. Let's make some dust.
Yeah.
What was I thinking about just now?
Oh shit, we have 50k of this. Nice. That just means we have a lot of money. It's about 6k, I think, per divine. So that's 6-ish, almost 7-ish divines. And just yellow juice. So profits. Lots and lots of it. Where were we? We're looking at stash and we needed a whole bunch of these. Anyone else on ID'd? Nope. All right. There are some there that are unveiled. I notice. I typically try to veil them, but I'm gonna see if I can throw it in. It should be somewhere here.
Not bad.
2,250. 2,250. We need to remember that figure. 2,250. And then we're gonna go.
Cool winds.
Anything really. 2,250. 2,250. 2,250.
can I do for you? That'll do.
Yeah, so we do get more by just
Let's make some
unveiling. So veiled probably doesn't count as a mod.
Always a pleasure. Things are looking up.
It's not worth.
Let's make some dust. Not
Like
bad.
unless I find another one, it's not worth going for just the one.
Not bad.
What was I doing again?
So yeah, this is why I go for rings pretty much. You can fit in so many, and by the time this is done, well,
Onward
we're gonna have a ton of dust is basically TLDR. Versus if we just put gear where it's gonna be all broken down within a few hours, and we're not gonna have so much dust to show for it. So there's this one that has veiled, there's another one that has veiled. I don't care. I'm gonna leave this as is. Because like look at this. This is 6,000, this is 1,000, 2,000, 4,000. In that same space, I have 3,000, basically 3,000, almost 2,759 and then 2,500. In the same space that this 6,000 has, we have like over 8,000 as an example, and then this one is 1,870. So it's like this ring alone beats that. This one beats that. Like they basically all beat it except this one that loses up by 10. So I just have rare ring showing on my filter pretty much. I'm just throwing them on, just throwing them in and leaving it like that. But yeah, that's my enchanting strats. I have 9 hours left. I'm still gonna grind tonight, just not now. Need to go do my post-stream care, eat, you know, the usual, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow where what am I going to be playing tomorrow? I haven't decided, so I don't know. It's either going to be PoE or Diablo. I do have some commitments to Diablo that I need to, you know, see through. Like I have guides there, so I probably want to give Diablo some game time also. But we'll see. I don't have to worry about it till tomorrow. So, but anyways, for now, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all, you know, spending the time to hang out, watch the stream, help me out in whatever way, you know, with the build ideas, yada yada. And I'm gonna be back tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Central. And till then,